The crazy true story of Pascal Payet's sky escapes. Imagine being locked in one of France's most secure prisons. Guards watching your every move. Concrete walls rising high around you. A 30-year sentence stretching endlessly before you. There's no way out, unless you look up. For Pascal Payet, the sky wasn't a limit, it was his escape route. Not once, not twice, but an unprecedented 3 times. Earning him a world record no prison warden wants to see broken. The year is 2001. While most inmates dream of freedom, Payet orchestrates it. A hijacked helicopter descends from the clouds, hovers over the Luynes prison yard. And within minutes, he's gone. No tunnels, no sawed bars. Just the audacity to believe he could vanish into the sky. But that was just the beginning of a saga that would stun security experts, embarrass the French prison system, and cement Payet's legacy as the most daring helicopter escape artist in criminal history. The man behind the escapes. Before becoming infamous for his aerial getaways, Pascal Payet built a reputation as a dangerous criminal. Born in 1963 in Montpellier, France, his path to infamy began long before he took to the skies. By 1997, Payet was involved in serious organized crime. That November, he participated in a violent attack on a Banque de France armored car in Salon de Provence. The robbery went horribly wrong, resulting in a security guard's death. This single event would earn Payet a 30-year prison sentence, a term that clearly didn't sit well with him. Arrested in Paris in January 1999, alongside accomplice Eric Albareo, Payet was sent to the high-security Luynes prison. Most inmates would have resigned themselves to their fate. But Payet wasn't most inmates. Behind the stone walls, he was already plotting something unprecedented. The first flight to freedom. October 12, 2001. A day that would change. Prison security protocols forever. The morning began like any other at Luynes prison. Guards performing their routines, prisoners confined to their cells or designated areas. No one suspected what was about to unfold. Months of meticulous planning were about to pay off. Payet had spent countless hours studying guard patterns, memorizing the layout of the prison yard, and coordinating with outside accomplices. Every detail had been considered. At the appointed time, the unmistakable sound of helicopter blades cutting through the air grew louder. Prisoners and guards alike looked skyward as a hijacked helicopter descended into the prison yard. There was no time for the guards to react effectively. In a matter of minutes, Pascal Payet and fellow inmate Frédéric Impoku boarded the helicopter and disappeared into the horizon. The entire escape took less than 5 minutes, a masterclass in precision timing. France was stunned. Newspapers around the world carried the story of the daring escape. But Payet wasn't finished making headlines. The mastermind from afar. Most fugitives would lay low after such a high-profile escape. They'd change their appearance, possibly flee the country, and avoid any activities that might draw attention. Not Pascal Payet. While authorities launched a massive manhunt, Payet was planning something even more audacious. If escaping himself wasn't enough, he would now orchestrate freedom for others. April 14, 2003. Nearly 2 years after his own escape, Payet arranged another helicopter. Jailbreak, this time for 3 of his former associates still incarcerated at Luynes prison: Frank Perletto, Michel Valero, and Eric Albareo. In a near duplicate of his own escape, a helicopter landed in the prison yard. The 3 inmates boarded and vanished into the sky. The prison that had already been embarrassed once was now humiliated twice by the same man. This second helicopter escape further cemented Payet's reputation. He hadn't just escaped himself, he'd created a template, a methodology that worked. French authorities were determined to recapture him, not just to serve his sentence, but to prevent him from orchestrating more escapes. Their efforts paid off. After years as a fugitive, Payet was recaptured. In January 2005, he was once again behind bars, this time facing his original 30-year murder sentence, plus additional charges for his escape. The French prison system was determined not to lose him again. Maximum security measures. By 2007, Pascal Payet had become the most closely monitored prisoner in France. Authorities implemented extraordinary measures to ensure he would never escape again. He was transferred to a different prison every 6 months to prevent him from building networks, or studying security weaknesses. He was officially classified as a détenu particulièrement surveillé, a prisoner under especially high surveillance. He was kept in solitary confinement, severely limiting his contact with other inmates. Guards monitored his communications and movements constantly. The French prison system believed they had created an inescapable environment for the man, who had made a mockery of their security. They were wrong. The Bastille Day breakout. July 14, 2007, Bastille Day, France's national holiday, commemorating the storming of the Bastille prison in 1789. The irony of what was about to happen could not have been scripted better. While France celebrated with fireworks and festivities, 4 masked men executed a plan worthy of a Hollywood blockbuster. They hijacked a helicopter from Cannes-Mandelieu airport and forced the pilot to fly to the Grasse prison, where Payet was being held. Despite all the extraordinary security measures, the solitary confinement, the heightened surveillance, the regular transfers, the helicopter landed on the prison roof. The masked men, armed with pistols and sawed-off shotguns, broke through the roof and reached Payet in his isolation cell. Within minutes, Payet was aboard the helicopter, soaring away from Grasse prison. The helicopter later landed near Brignoles, about 38 kilometers from Toulon on the Mediterranean coast. The pilot was released unharmed while Payet and his accomplices vanished. For an unprecedented third time, Pascal Payet had escaped prison via helicopter. It was an achievement as impressive as it was alarming to prison authorities worldwide. How could one man repeatedly exploit the same vulnerability in the prison system? The final capture. 2 days after Payet's third helicopter escape, a European arrest warrant was issued. International law enforcement agencies joined the manhunt, determined to find the man who had become a symbol of prison security failures. The freedom would be short-lived. On September 21, 2007, just over 2 months after his escape, Pascal Payet was captured in Mataró, a coastal town north of Barcelona, Spain. 2 of his accomplices, Alain Armato and Farid Ouassou, were arrested alongside him. On October 4, 2007, Payet was transferred back to French custody. This time, the authorities weren't taking any chances. He was imprisoned at a location kept secret for security reasons, a facility presumably with better protection against aerial assaults. Payet's legal troubles only mounted. In June 2008, he was sentenced to an additional 15 years, with no chance of early release for armed robberies and assaults against police officers committed while he was a fugitive. In April 2011, he received another 5 years for his 2007 escape. Pascal Payet's aerial escapes forced prison systems worldwide to reevaluate their security measures. His exploits highlighted a vulnerability few had considered seriously: attacks from above. Many prisons now install anti-helicopter nets or cables above exercise yards. Security protocols include monitoring of nearby airspace and rapid response plans for aerial approaches. Some facilities have even installed ground-to-air notification systems to alert military authorities of unauthorized aircraft. Payet holds the world record for helicopter prison escapes, personally escaping twice and organizing a third. His story has been featured in television documentaries, books, and countless articles. While his criminal activities should not be glorified, the ingenuity and daring of his escapes have secured his place in the annals of prison break history. Today, Pascal Payet remains incarcerated, his exact location a closely guarded secret. The helicopter escapes that made him famous also ensured he would spend decades longer behind bars than his original sentence required. The legacy of Payet's escapes continues to influence prison security worldwide. Every time a prison warden looks to the sky with concern, they're acknowledging the man who proved that sometimes freedom is just a helicopter ride away. In a world where prison escapes are measured in tunnels dug, bars cut, or guards bribed, Pascal Payet reminded authorities of a dimension they couldn't easily secure: the open sky above. If this incredible true story of audacity and aerial escapes fascinated you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more extraordinary criminal tales that defy belief. Every week we bring you the stories too wild to be fiction, because sometimes reality truly is stranger than anything Hollywood could imagine.